On this episode, we are trying to figure out where to put a brake light switch. So when the truck arrived, the previous modifiers, they put in a pedal box that bolted to the firewall. They drilled 1,016 holes in it from 1/4 inch to 5 inch, and it was all rusty, and they drilled like 1,400 holes in the bottom of the dash. But this kit from TCI has the under the cab brake booster, so you have to make a bigger hole so you can get this through here, because it has to be finagled in order to make its way around the exhaust and motor and everything, transmission. It's a pain in the ass. And then I'm gonna have to build a cover plate for this that's got, you know, some sort of weatherproofing inside it so that it doesn't leak. But where do you put a brake light switch? So I had a couple ideas. All of them are terrible. The GM ones are a plunger style system. They're huge, and so you push the brake and it releases the pressure and the lights come on. So I guess you could build a box down here, but then it would stick out. That may or may not be a bad thing, I don't know. But you know, some of those things are like this long. You gotta drill another hole in the floor. You gotta run your wires to it. You can't put it on the sides or the ends or whatever, because this has to go through the hole. So your other alternative is a pressure switch that you mount in the brake line. I probably should have done that. And then the other alternative is under the truck. So let's go under the truck, because that's what I'm doing. So it's a tight fit. This is the brake booster over here. This is the assembly where it bolts to the frame rail. And then this is the actual brake booster plunger and the brake lever from inside the cab. And I can get my hand over there like this, and then it rotates and pivots. It pivots, yeah, that's what it does. This part goes in, this part comes down, so I could mount it on the top of the floor, the bottom of the floor. I can mount it on the bottom of the floor and then get it to plunge down like this, or I could mount it on the front and it plunges like that. So I'm using this style of switch. It's a little clicker. When it's closed, it's off. When it's open, it's on. So as the brakes are depressed, this opens and the lights turn on. This is what we use on motorcycles for the handlebar controls, the clutch and the brake. They use them elsewhere too, so it's outside safe, weather safe, so to speak. But I'll put something else around it. And then template number 1 was this piece of license plate, and it bends up and around, and then the switch will mount like this. Sorry, my hand's in the way. And then it pushes on the brake pedal assembly and then opens when you push the brakes. But this is just template material, and it's close. I switched over to CAD. The main went on a cardboard, so it goes like this. It's the same style, and I bent it up to where it mounts like that inside all of the moving parts. And so if I pull this down, you can see how the pedal moves away. So the switch mounts right here, and then it pulls out. I drew a line because I'm too tall, but better too tall than too short for right now. And then I had to modify it, so I missed this hole. I'm going to use both holes. So, sorry. I need to mark those real fast with another template. And what I do is I come here and I bend my finger like this to mark the... I can work with that. Okay, cool. And so next, I'm going to use probably some 18 gauge steel, cut it, it'll bolt here, bend up and around. I can mount my switch. I can run the wires this way, tie them onto this, and then go back somewhere. And then I can build another one of these aluminum heat shields to cover my switch from the exhaust. The good part is it'll be semi-easy to access. The bad part is you got to get into the truck to do it. But you know, I don't really have a better idea right now. So sorry. That's all I got. So let's go see if we can transfer this to steel, and then we'll figure out what we got after that. This was the choke for the truck, and I might use that for something. An electrical switch, not a choke switch. This is all in my way. So this is a chunk of stainless. Are you looking? Are you here? Sort of. I bumped you. Sorry. This is a chunk of stainless. Use stainless, then it won't rust as bad. See? But maybe. I don't know what I'm doing. I just used that because there's already a hole.
In the dust of a country road, money in your pocket, but nowhere left to go. You gotta lay low, keep your head down, hide out where there's no one else around. You've been playing the dice, you better keep rolling. Gambling with the gold you have stolen. Love is on your trail, they're getting so close. Dreams of capture haunt you, just like a hungry ghost. Swear you didn't know, you didn't mean to hurt no one. And now you're counting down the days by the bullets in your gun. And off in the distance, a bell is tolling, sounding for the lives you have stolen. reaching out to touch you. It's all over now. You lay staring at the sky, and as a single tear trickles from the corner of your eye, off in the distance, a bell is tolling. Now everything you had has been stolen. Out on the street, yeah, they're strolling. Now the life you had has been stolen.
Sorry, I'm making a mess. But the little hole in here is like 8 by 32 or 5 millimeter. And I left all my 5 millimeters at Marshall's place. You know how sometimes you order stuff and the wrong thing shows up and you don't know whose fault it is? Probably mine, but I got these 8 by 32 Drillo Tapo majiggers, and I've never used them before, so we'll try it in this stainless. It might work. If not, you know, back to the struggle. As long as you go slow, probably won't burn the tip off. Okay, let's go check. Here comes the audio signal. Brakes on, brakes off.